happened to big people being jolly? Like, I come from a time where when you were big, you were at least kind and sweet.
A man asked me for coffee today after work, and I politely told him no, and then brought myself to McAllister's, where I got this croissant, this grilled chicken sandwich, and an entire bowl of broccoli cheddar soup and a Dr. Pepper for under $25. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about how you like to date, just like I don't want you to argue with me about how I like to date. But coffee is never going to be an option for me. And just like I respect your choice to coffee, respect mine to not coffee.
This is the very reason why Kevin Samuel said, get a dog, die alone. This is the very reason why he said, get your ass a dog and go die alone. The audacity, when you look like Mr. Popo, to be on the internet talking about what type of dates you not gonna go on. Girl, you should be glad somebody asked you on a date. And it's not so much just the fact that she rejected it. It's the fact that you got online to try to flex about it. Like, that's the weird part. I don't do coffee dates. Like, you're too good for a coffee date. I guess you're too good for a relationship. You're too good for somebody to even try. Like, you have no idea. That man could have actually been your man. But given like your attitude and the way you're speaking and the level of condescension, like just the way you're coming off, you did that man a solid. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. You did that man a solid by removing yourself from the situation, because you're not in any position to be dating anybody with that attitude. We could talk about your looks, right? We could go there. We could talk about how you're unattractive physically, but even just from a mental standpoint, like a personality standpoint, you're not attractive. You literally have nothing about you that is attractive. You look like hell, and then your personality is shit. I don't know what happened to big people being jolly. Like, I come from a time where when you were big, you were at least kind and sweet and nice to be around and pleasant, right? You had to make up for the fact that you were ugly and unattractive by being kind. See, these broads have let the internet inflate their ego to a point where they think they're better than somebody. They're not better than anybody. And me personally, like, I don't have an issue with a coffee date. I personally think that a coffee date is good because there's no pressure, right? Because it's not like the man is spending a whole lot of money, so you avoid that, well, I spent this much money, so you need to do this, you need to put out. You avoid all that. It gives you an opportunity to actually talk to a mofo. When you're out for coffee, you get to focus on the person. Are you dating the date or are you dating the person? That's the question I be wanting to ask. Because every single time these broads, and it's not even just the ugly ones, it's also the pretty ones that get out here, well, I'm not going to go on that type of date. Well, are you dating the dates or are you dating the person? That's the question I have. Because if I'm trying to get to know you, then that's the whole point of going on the date. It's not about what you're doing. It's about getting to know the person. And I agree with what everybody else says. Talk to these people before you go on these dates. Talk for an extended amount of time. That way you can weed out a lot. And there's no pressure. I do understand meeting up, you know, relatively early so you can see if the face matches everything else, because hoes be taking these pictures with these angles so that you look smaller than you actually are. So yes, you want to see what they actually look like in person, especially with all the filters and everything. Outside of that, you need to be getting to know each other well before the date. Let's be so for real. Because if he had to talk to her for a few more moments, he would have peeped game on this nasty personality and he wouldn't have even offered coffee. These broads have some crazy audacity, and you know, they will get on here and they will chastise the hell out of a man who's ugly for saying the same thing. It's like these folks, they look in the mirror and they don't see themselves. They see somebody else. They don't know what they look like. They lack self-awareness. And that's the problem. A lot of folks are not self-aware. They have no idea how they come across, because I tell you, if this was me and I filmed this video and I watched it back, I'd be like, you know what, delete. This look a mess. Sis, you ate 3 meals in one sitting. Each of those items is a singular meal. And we know that when we go out to eat, the calories are inflated because they add so much BS to pad it. And it makes it so calorie dense without actually having anything of substance within it. Sis, you ate 3 meals in one and then you topped it off with a Dr. Pepper. That's the reason why you look the way you do. You're inflamed. Even your face is inflamed. I'm trying to lose weight relate to. It's a little difficult when you're breastfeeding, but I'm still on my journey. But it's like you're getting out here and you're boasting about it. Look, I got myself 3 meals instead of going on a coffee date with this man. I just did it myself. Like, ugh. Everything about you is unattractive, because I do feel like some men would give some grace. If you were trying to take care of yourself and you just had some, some ways to go, right? You've started the journey. They recognize that you're on the journey. They will give you some leeway to continue that journey, and they will get to know you and support you on said journey. She just wants to be big and lonely. That's what this tells me. You want to be big and lonely, and girl, you are succeeding. Okay, you're succeeding. You're well on your way to dying alone with a dog or a cat. Like, I wouldn't even want to be your friend. Like, from woman to woman, like, you probably repel everybody, and that's why you run to social media to do like this, because other delusional broads can hype you up, because nobody in your real life probably wants to be around you. So it's like all of the undesirables, they link up on the internet and then hype each other for their undesirable traits. Hey y'all, I was editing the video and I realized there was a point that I didn't quite address. If you genuinely feel this way about coffee dates and you don't care what other people think, then why are you even posting this video in the first place? Like, it's inherently antagonistic. It's inherently attention seeking. I'm not gonna argue with you guys about how I like to date, so you shouldn't be talking to me about how I like to date. The girl, why are you bringing this to the internet? You could have rejected the date and then went on about your day, but you made it a point to pull out your camera and film yourself eating 3 meals. Don't argue with me about how I like to date. I'm not gonna argue. Girl, why are you even bringing this to the internet then? You wanted people's opinions. That's why you brought it to the internet. This type of attention seeking is so annoying. Don't judge me. I'm not gonna judge you, but don't be over here judging me while you put something on the internet and you know people are gonna judge. I don't get it. It's irrational, and I'm so sick of these heifers getting on here and doing this, because she's not the first one to make this type of stupid content where your whole point is to tell people not to judge you while you get on the internet and put something on the internet for the public to see. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. This level of attention seeking is sick. This has to be a mental health crisis at this point. But yeah, I just had to jump on here. I was editing and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even address this part. So now I'm addressing it in cartoon form. By the way, if you want to support this channel by buying me a coffee, the link is in the description. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you go on a date with this woman? Do you think she deserves Fleming's? Would you take this broad who's gonna eat 3 meals in one sitting? Would you take her to Fleming's or any other really nice steakhouse? Would you take her there? Hell, Texas Roadhouse. Would you take this broad to Texas Roadhouse so she can eat the whole house? All right, y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hype the video. That's like a whole new feature that like my videos now have. Go ahead if you guys want to support your girl. Hype the video. Share the video. Leave a comment. Like it. All the good stuff. Okay? All that jazz. I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.